We are sisters who channel ancient and divine beings. These beings teach us how to be better people, leading to better lives.
Hello friends, I'm Angie.
I'm Michelle.
And we're Blue Heavens. In this video, we're going to address our ego or our shadow and why we want to heal it or address it while we're here instead of waiting until we've passed on, because that stuff lingers and affects our family members and our friends.
Yeah, and then we're doing a channeling session as well.
Yeah.
So, and this is the first time we've done that. So throughout this video, please feel the energies when they are speaking to you. I feel that is going to be very important.
So there's 3 different energies that come forward in this video.
Yes.
And they all have different experiences. 2 of them did not face their shadow while they were here.
Right.
And 1 did. And
Yes.
the difference between those is amazing. And they'll share their stories and what they want you to know in case you were where they were. This is information we want you to have because they didn't have it. And we wish they did. So we make these videos to help people that are where they are, because we've all been in these dark places. We just don't all have someone to help us get out of it.
You'll get to meet that ego that finally took him. So,
Yeah.
and we'll put a warning, maybe I would big warning on that as well, for people that may not want to feel that coming at them.
Yeah. If you have questions, ask us in the comments or send us a message at Blue Heavens 3 on Facebook. Yeah. We love y'all. Enjoy this video. So I started taking mediumship classes shortly after I lost a friend. He was young, it was abrupt, it was unexpected.
Yeah.
So we started taking mediumship classes because I missed my friend and I wanted to know if I could talk to him again. And I found him. The first experience I had was I was in a dream, so I fell asleep, I'm in a dream, and he was in like a jail. It was all black and white. I had to talk to a lady, like a secretary lady in this like little jail. And she told me I only had a certain amount of time to communicate with him or I could get stuck there. So I didn't know what was going on. And it's like, where is this person? And who am I here for? I didn't know. So I had to do all this paperwork, and then I finally got to see him. But it was like a purgatory or like a jail. And I didn't understand why he was in there. And later on we found out it's kind of, he put himself in there because he felt he should be punished. He was filled with guilt and shame. He hadn't crossed it into the light yet. So he was still able to communicate with me, but he was in this waiting room or holding space. So why did you start mediumship?
Well, I started mediumship for the same reasons. When we were kids, I started off with imaginary friends, and they seemed so realistic, like I could just see them in that. So but they were always teaching me stuff. They're always teaching me. But they did tell me there'll be a time when I couldn't see them anymore. We would lose loved ones. Where are they going? Where are they going? And when we would sleep, we can see them in dreams. So why are we dreaming? And I was seeing past lives as well. Now the whole time we were in mediumship class, I had a best friend, and I felt like she's pushing me and pushing me and pushing me to do these things, like take different classes over to Enchanted Moments. Yeah. And one thing she wanted to see was me and Angie together, and she finally got to see me and Angie together in one class. Yeah. And she paid for her classes because she opened up.
That's right. And that was the first time I met her.
And she loved you. And she said this was like her dream. And she said, I got my Christmas gift to see Michelle and her sister together. Yeah. And she said, I guess my role is done. She said my role is done.
Yeah.
And 2 months later, she died. But she herself put herself in some kind of prison as well.
Right. Yeah.
But she's not in anymore, by the way.
Right.
She's out of that.
And my friend's not in his.
I know, he's not.
Right. Our friends that had passed that were in these prisons, right? They didn't deal with their shadow work. So we talk about our ego and our shadow, and it's the part of us that's hurt. It's the part of us that we stuff away and we try to hide. But that doesn't do us any favors, right? We need to address it and heal it, or else that victim part of ourselves stays here, that energy of us stays here, and it will either attach to us on our next incarnation and affect that, or it will stay and affect our loved ones. So I know there's a lot of spiritual teachers that feel like, you just live in the light and ignore your shadow, but that's really not what's necessary. We need to face our shadow and heal it so it can go into the light with us. So they didn't face their shadow. So while they were in this prison, angels worked with them to help them fix some of their stuff because they saw the consequences of their actions and they saw the consequences of not dealing with this energy. So they willingly dealt with this stuff.
Well, I have the two.
Yes.
This is Loki.
Yeah.
I have the two friends. One, yours, the
Yes.
male, and
Yeah.
the female.
Yeah.
So I'm going to speak on her first. Okay. She felt in life that nobody heard her. Nobody could listen to her. Her shadow self she carried with her due to just circumstances in her life. She said, I sat in my cell with all my pictures of my loved ones. But then she said she noticed her loved ones were like she was taking the eyes out of their loved ones and things like that in her little cell. She said she was punishing, she didn't want the eyes looking at her in her cell because she's punishing herself. I came and talked to her. And yes, I do talk to people even in this state. But she's not there anymore. She's in a scenic area now. She's not there, but she's still not worked her problems still. So she's still working. And we're still working every day. We work on it, we do. And so she came, she said, but what she's trying to say is, the shadow, we do work here, but she said you'd much rather work it where you're here now.
Yeah.
People don't, she said she had problems with different theft. She wants to admit that. I did theft. I stole things because my ego was, she said it was terrible. And she said I felt great when I would do these horrible, horrible things. And she didn't want to face the shadows part. But what happened was her shadow and her came face to face. And she was in a jail cell, and she said when it came face to face, she said it was not a good moment for her to see face to face. And she said, unfortunately, Michelle had to see this picture, and it was terrible for her. And we've worked with that as well. She said, I work with Loki. She said, there's many teachers I can work with, but I work with him because he's Michelle's guide and Angela's guide. She wants to address that it would be good for others to acknowledge that. She said, you don't want to come face to face, as she had come face to face. She said, her message would be, you need to work on it now. She didn't want to work with it. She said she had plenty of time to always work on that part of her, but she didn't want to work. She said, he is a great teacher. There's others teachers. I'm not the only one, by the way. She said she feels like she was scattered in her message. It is all right because she's not come out. She may sound a little scattered. So why don't you think about your thoughts, and let's go to the male. Okay.
Yep.
So I'm going to speak on behalf of the male. He said him and his shadow played with one another. This was his thing. They played with one another. He said to the point it was a very dangerous addiction for the both of them. You'll notice I'll take some of his mannerisms because his in life was my Loki. He was my son, not Lazarus. He was my son. I can speak, so I might pick up. We had the same mannerism. So if you see me do a mannerism of him,
same sneaky sneaks.
Yeah, that was him. So I have his mannerisms. So if you will see me pick up his mannerisms or his state of talk or his facial, I'm allowing a little bit only because he was my son.
Yeah.
And it's not a channel. I'm just allowing so people understand that. But he's like, Loki knows. He knows you play with the shadow. You just play with the shadow. We had fun with one another. We just bounced it back and forth. We did a little dance, push it as much as I could push it. And he's like, when I got married, I was the shit. Look at me. He goes, at some point, that ego, the shadow, wasn't his best friend anymore. We weren't dancing to play anymore. We were dancing to live and survive. We were playing a cat and mouse game. Is it today that I die or today I don't? And I apologize if I sound so coy, but this is how he is sounding. Yeah. And I'm not going to take away from how he's sounding right now. So I apologize. So we played cat and mouse because that is what you do. He's going to play with fire and see who's going to burn who first, the shadow or me. And I was winning. I thought, taking that right in, got that going, getting some bills. I got it going. Because I can play with fire. I did it and I woke up. I didn't die. I'm good. Good. And then she left. And took my life with her as well. I won't get into all that. So then I just told my ego to shut up. Because now I knew. He's like, now I know. And I tried to read the Bible. But they mocked me, of course. Because big guys don't do that. And big guys, and we can validate on this, they're supposed to be tough and we don't cry. I know all about that, trust me. I got picked on for that too. You can't cry when you're a man and you're powdery. You can't cry. I get all about that, trust me. About the wounds. I understand that from him. Big guy has to fight. I don't want to fight, but my shadow self says, come on. Fight me, big man. Fight me, big man. Come on. And my shadow is like, okay. So me and my shadow doing that little dance again. Briefly, we danced. But the game got more dangerous. The fire got more dangerous. So, I seen my father, I seen him, and he told me, he goes, you're going to burn yourself. And I said, no, I got it. Got it. I told him. But briefly, I'm allowing him, so people can see him. I think it's time he's heard and he's seen. So through me, though, I went to him and I had told this young man, I said, no, we can't do this. You got to wake up. You're going to be me. No, I got this. One day I'm just sitting and I didn't care anymore. I just didn't care anymore. This shadow came, sat next to me and said, you done? You want to play one last game with me? Russian roulette, you want to play it with me? I sat down. Why not? What have I got to lose? What do I got to lose? Looked at the Bible, and I'm like, yeah, you don't exist. You don't exist. You don't exist. My shadow facing me, trying to play that game, fire it up. Come on, let's play this little game one last time. Part of me goes, I don't want to play this game anymore with you. I really don't. That was Lucaeus telling me that I didn't want to play this game anymore. He said, you're playing a dangerous game, son. You need to stop. He seemed like such a gentleman. He was so sweet and so nice. He was great. He was nice. And I go, I'm a big guy. He goes, you need to set it aside. You're going to get yourself hurt. But then I heard that voice again, and he came in much stronger before, and I go, yep, I think I'm going to play this other game. No excuse. You seem like a nice man, but I got this. I'm going to play it one more last time. I wake up every single time. I knew I'd wake up, and I'll do it tomorrow, I said. I'll do it tomorrow. I don't remember anything after that. I don't remember nothing after that. I really don't. All I remember is I felt like everything was going over and over in that circle. I didn't understand nothing. Don't understand what's going on. All right, sure. And then I see my father, I see him, and he goes, you need to come with me. And that was different. The whole thing has been different, right? It's different. I go, where's the other nice young man? I want to talk to him now. And he goes, no, you don't talk to me now. And he said, we need to talk about some stuff now. We need to talk about some stuff. And I'm like, okay, let's sit down. Let's bullshit. Let's sit down. But I didn't feel the same way. I felt something lifted from me. I felt this fantastic feeling. He said, but you can't go right now. You have to face some stuff. So I'm like, I'm just wasting my time. He goes, well, no, I'm not wasting your time. He's more forceful than me. Not Loki. I saw my body, and I'm like, I'm like, what kind of joke is this? Now I thought my shadow, my ego, was messing with me, and I'm like, come on, no. And I thought maybe I'm dreaming. Like that, everything's numb. And I'm like, I don't have no pain. He goes, no shit, Sherlock. Talk to me the way I was talking to him, of course. He goes, we're going to go somewhere now. I go, not until I talk to my kid. And he goes, no, you got to go with me. He was forceful. He wasn't like the nice one sitting over here. He was a little meaner now. Wasn't my shadow. My shadow, by the way, he was sitting there. He was sitting in my same spot, just sitting there looking at me going, dumbass. You're such a dumbass. That was what my shadow did to me. That's what my shadow did to me. He just sat there the whole time. He just sat there right with the spot, and he looked at me. He goes, "You're such a dumbass." He goes, "You follow everything I did. Guess what? I won. I won." He just sat back, and he did that. And he goes, "Now I'm going to go pester your ex-wife. I'm going to go pester everybody else around you. Your friends. I'm going to go pester everybody around you." And I'm just like, "No, you're not, you son of a... No, you're not." Guess what? I was told I don't have a choice in the matter anymore. I had to leave it. Imagine, I had to leave that. Imagine, I had to worry now about you and all my friends. I had to worry about this now. So I go and I punish myself in this. I looked at myself like, what was I trying to play cat and mouse? And you know, I went there and was still playing it. I still playing cat and mouse. Still like, you know, doing the bets and doing this. And Loki, he comes in there and he goes, "Son, you need to stop it. I'm taking responsibility for you now." And I go, "What are you talking about?" And he said, "We're going to have some chats and they're going to hurt you." So this is what happens when, folks, you want to sit there and be the big guy and let your shadow just sit there and dominate your ass. Come on. My shadow sat there and let me friggin' die. It let me die. It sat there after my death and mocked me the whole damn time. And that's what you humans do, you know? I'm not, where I'm at now, I'm with Loki. I'm with Loki, I'm with him. He is my, I don't know, he's not a guide, he's a being. He's a being, folks, come on, he's a being.
He's a being.
He's a being. Not the old man, you know. I was at the whole cave thing, I was there, you know. I was there keeping Azazel away, my job. They teach me stuff, you know, good stuff now.
Yeah.
Yeah. They love you enough so this doesn't happen to you. I died how many years? I don't have times. I've been gone for a long time.
Yeah.
I've been gone for a very long time.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean nothing to me. I might see children, I might see faces, but they don't mean nothing because time don't mean nothing. I see them for their eyes of the death perception, the guilt. So if I'm around them, they're going to feel guilt. So I just try to save them not to feel the guilt. So they may not see me a lot. Over here, I don't feel the guilt. You don't understand? I don't feel the guilt anymore here.
We've healed it.
We have healed it. You have yelled at me, screamed at me, and I deserved every bit of that. I have deserved it. They haven't got over these things, so I can't go over there and spread my will over here, and I have not. I have learned there will be a time I can apologize. This is not the time to do it. But the shadow is terrible if you do not deal with it now. I allowed that dance, that little fire to play on, and you humans are doing this so much. When I say humans, I'm a being as well. I'm not.
Right.
I came here for, you know, kicks and had it, you know. I knew what I could do, I thought, you know. I don't even really know what did I bring really to. I don't know. I didn't even want to think about that anyway. I would say I think I might have done something. I think this is what I'm meant to do right here. I'm better off where I'm at, I suppose. You might not say that. I feel like this is where I'm supposed to be.
You were in a rough place, but it's like the world puts you there.
It put me there because I'm a big man.
Okay, right.
I'm a big man, and I'm supposed to be.
You were supposed to be a big man. No one wanted anything less out of you.
Right. Well, Loki, you know, they had no idea. No, they had no idea. They just sat there, and I was just this big joke. Angie, I was a joke. I had no friends. I was a fucking joke.
You know what? You had friends, but again, it's the friends that like to see the destruction of yourself. The friends that like to see you.
They would
play
promote
and
the Brad Pitt.
Right,
The Brad Pitt. They brought that Brad Pitt out.
They helped fuel your enemy.
They were great at fueling my energy. As a matter of fact, the day I died, that's what was fueling it on.
Yeah.
And he knew what I was going to do.
Yes.
He left it for me. He knew what I was going to do. He left me there. Yeah. He left me there. Isn't that great? He left me there. Well, I saw Lucaeus, and he was trying to tell me I needed to work on that. And I just told him that he needed just to leave. But he seemed such a nice guy. I don't know. He was trying to tell me, and I'm just like, you can.
Right, because you felt like you knew everything. You were invincible. That was the thing with you. You felt like you were invincible.
Well, I still feel that way. That's why he put me at the cave.
Yeah.
Because I am Loki's son, you know, so of course, you know, And when I met him, and he made sense. I'll be honest with you, when I found he was my father, they made sense. He made sense to me.
Yeah.
He did everything I did.
Yeah.
And he made total sense. Azra, the old man, makes no sense to me at all. And I go, this is an aspect. So then here I'm going, am I an aspect? No, not yet. I thought I was, and I was actually here. But Loki was an aspect. But he's still my father,
Right.
you know. And he made sense to me. And he took me under his wing. And that's what they do. They will do that. They will give spirit guides, you know, your divine or whatever you want to call, will allow somebody to take you under their wing to teach. And of course, he has such high standing. Trust me, the aspect has high standing. The divine will use any energy for the purpose of helping, however, and he does have darker energy, but divine is very smart and knows how to use his energy to help. So understand that. When I say dark, you would describe me as dark, wouldn't you?
Oh, absolutely.
I was so dark, but I loved the dark.
Yes.
I loved it. I would have actually, the cave analogy you guys talked about, I'd have been in that cave.
Oh, absolutely. You were in that cave.
I was in that cave.
Dark bars, you were always in dark
But
places.
that was my thing.
Yes, and you thrived there.
My
You helped
jam.
people feel at home there.
I protected people
Yes.
there in my cave.
Yes.
If you were in my cave,
Yes.
you were in my cave. And I
Yes.
protected you in my cave.
You did.
I protect, and I still do. You need to work with your shadow.
Yeah.
And however you choose to do this, Locaeus actually came to do that for me, and I just told him to shut off. So, but you may get a guide, you may get something to do that, but people ask, like with me, I can tell you that it was like a loop for me because I hadn't accepted it. But when I was told to look at it and face it, I faced it. I didn't want to face it, and Loki told me it's time for me to go now. So that's what happened. I had to leave because now I had to wake up. Or I could have lived like that. That's where you get your, they haven't accepted. They don't want to accept it.
Right.
But this seemed like a loop. I didn't want to stay. But I just watched my fragment. He looked at me just sitting there. But it was an ugly me. It was like this very dark, scarred, ugly version of myself. And he just sat there. And his, mock-dress clothing, just sat there. So, and I know I keep going. But you need to understand this is not the way you need to be.
Right.
This isn't the way to be.
So allowing your ego to control you is to your detriment.
Oh, it's definitely to your detriment. That's what killed me.
Right.
That's what killed me. I knew more than God, folks. I knew more than God. I'll preach to you, folks. Come here and I'll preach to you. But And I'm going to just say this because I want people to know the anger that I've also held. It was an anniversary of my death. And this is when she had been channeling. Loki was allowing it then. This is the first time I've actually channeled since then.
Right.
They're allowing it, but I'm under Loki.
I know.
So you see it under
I
Loki.
do.
Okay. Because he won't let me.
I know.
I saw you wrote something beautiful about my death. And I'm telling you what, I don't deserve anything on my death day. Don't celebrate my birthday or my death day. Don't celebrate nothing of me. None. But you did, and I read it. It happened to be a Dairy Queen, of course. Of all the
Wow.
places. Or Dairy Queen when I read it. Yeah, now you see.
Yeah.
And now I read it.
Ouch. I'm
and,
sorry.
And I sat in her fist, and I punched this guy, what's his name? I don't know. Her boyfriend she's dating now, I don't know his name.
Dave?
Yes, his car. I sat in there and I punched and punched and punched till her hand swelled. Basically, I broke 10 little, on her, if I remember right, 10 little bones in her hand, and they're still messed up to this day because I broke them, because I had that much anger over somebody saying something nice to me. I'm just one out of how many other dead that are out there that have done what I've done. They're out there angry and hurt. And that wasn't my fragment. That's just me. My fragment's still out there.
Wow.
Do you want your fragment still out there? It still messes with my children. It messes with everybody that loved me. You dealt with that part, but see, other people haven't. And he's out
Right.
roaming around causing destruction to my friends. And I see it, and I can't do nothing about it. Because I didn't clear it, folks. I thought I knew it all. Don't be stupid. Just don't be stupid.
Yeah.
Seriously, don't be stupid. take heed in the video. If this is all this is about, is taking your shadow self and going to it, do it. I don't care what you do to it, you know?
But acknowledge it. Don't dismiss it. Don't abandon it. That doesn't help anybody.
And don't leave this best friend either.
Oh,
It was my best
absolutely.
friend.
Yeah,
We danced a dance all my life. We danced that little dance and that. You don't dance with it. It's going to burn you, folks. It'll burn you.
Yeah.
It burnt me. It laughed at me. Don't.
After it won.
It won. You know what she heard this morning before she woke up? I was trying to talk to her this morning because I knew I was going to come through. And she heard, I won. And she didn't know what she heard. Now she heard it and she's crying in the back. If you feel sadness, she said,
yeah.
I heard it. She heard me say, I won. She goes, but it was a male voice. And she said it didn't make sense for anybody else to be saying it, but yeah, that's what I heard it say. I won. So yeah, that was great. And then, but right now, I need you, because I don't feel they're getting the message. Why do I not feel they're getting the message, Angie? They're not getting it. I feel like I'm putting my heart out. I don't feel they're getting it. Why do I feel that?
Because it's like when things get heavy, people don't want to hear it. It's like their egos are saying, no, you don't need to listen to this. This guy don't know, but you do fucking know.
Keep this in the video. Keep this in the video.
Absolutely.
People need to see this.
Absolutely.
I don't care if the whole video is about this whole shadow part.
No, for real.
I don't care. This is important.
For real, it's like you fueled a part of you to harass your loved ones after it took your life from you. Now you have to watch the destruction.
Okay. This is what I'm going to do right now. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do something. I already asked Loki to do this. So before don't get mad at me.
Okay.
You're going to get mad at me. People need to really see what this is.
Okay.
I'm tired of it.
All right.
So people don't want to see what it looks like.
All right.
I apologize. You're about to see. You're going to meet him. My shadow. Angie, they don't get it. Why do you do videos?
So people get it.
It'll be brief.
Okay.
Loki, Angie, we do these videos so they don't do this.
I know.
You have friends on Facebook that aren't understanding this. It'll be just, I tell you what, all he'll do is I'm going to have him look. That's all I'm going to have him do. If he talks, I'm sorry. Psychic people are watching this, but we'll see it. Now, I want you to look how sad she is. This is a shadow part. She's bet this part. Now, everybody's going to meet my shadow. I hate him, by the way, but we're going to meet him. You know I won, right? I won. You're stupid. Oh, you're stupid. Oh, I just want to push him and push him. That's enough. Leave. Leave.
That's what you follow. Was that lovely? If you're allowing your shadow, your ego to lead you around, that motherfucker's who's in charge. He's going to take you to your death. He doesn't love you. He doesn't love your loved ones. He doesn't like anything about you. It's your enemy. It's the enemy you've built of yourself. You have to deal with this shit. It doesn't just disappear and go away.
This is Loki, and I got rid of him if you heard. He's resting. The friend is resting. I apologize. Make sure you take that out. He's resting right now. He's still here. He didn't want you to ever see that, but he had to face it as well. And we made it very brief. And he's angry. But he's right. You folks aren't seeing this. That was his shadow that told him. And by the way, that's the one that told him to do what he did. That's the one he met. Because the people out there that are facing these same things, you're just letting that one win. You're letting the bastard win.
Yeah.
And he let it win. And Michelle woke up. That's what she heard this morning. I won. And she said, what does that mean? And I couldn't tell her what that meant until now. Now she's...
And it doesn't mean anything good.
No, it wasn't good at all. She knew by the feeling it wasn't good.
Right.
Not the female enough, because she said the message has been said. These two friends wanted this said.
We hope you enjoyed this video. Our friends put their hearts on the line in this one, and we try to always do that too. We feel like we need to connect to your heart because our hearts are kind of what we've closed off.
Yes, and I'm the friend, and yes, totally. they're putting their hearts out and they're allowing my energy to come forth. And so understand that as well. Because, and I'm here to, as well to, I don't want you to be me. And I can honestly say that. I want you to be me where I am now,
Right.
not me in the human. So if I can be a teaching tool for a human, then that is what I'm fine with that. So take that information in. It is, you know, it's very important. They put their hearts on the line to teach you this. So I will bring Marcus back. You got to have Marcus. You got to have the man. Of course. I love him. I want him to have a wonderful name. You can't have mine. But have a beautiful, wonderful day, night, wherever you are. Know you're unconditionally loved. And know in the videos when you watch it, come from love. These are videos come from the heart and they come from love. And that, so understand that. And be that spark for somebody today. Be that spark. Always be that spark. Even if that smile, be that spark. And that he, your friend, is their friend, is a spark now for me.
Yeah.
He's a spark for me. And let that person that you maybe have problems with be that spark. Be that spark for somebody else. Don't wait to be here to be that spark again. Be that spark here.
Yeah.
Let's be that spark all the time for somebody else.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
We love you. We will see you in our next video.